Afternoon, everybody. How's everyone doing? Can you hear me? Just had something really weird going on with the stream. I just started the stream and it didn't come up as usual and asked me which stream I wanted to start, whether it was a scheduled one or what. So hopefully we're in the 19th of January live room. But the chat hasn't started either. I don't know what's going on. So maybe my stream is kaput. But let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully you can. I'm not just talking to the screen. Me and the screen get on. So, aha! Someone can hear me. Brilliant. Good. Cool. Okay. My chat's not working in the stream system, so I'll keep an eye on the chat in YouTube. Maybe it needs restarting. Anyway, I'm here. You're here, so it's good. Right. CAD news we just had. Was as expected. Ignore common, medium, and trimmed. CPI is the mean of the lot, really. So it's as expected. So not negative, not positive, which has dumped the CAD. So everything's going up against the CAD. Odd CAD going up nicely. The longs on that one. Why am I on M5? So look at a bigger time frame so we see what we're doing. Yeah, so OddCAD obviously having its nice push. So we're starting to do the pullback on this move. PoundCAD in that one as well. Starting to look like it's pulling back. Lovely little stop hunt we got on this one. And starting to push now. So maybe I'll be out of these two this afternoon if we can get some continuation weakness on the CAD. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so that's all the news we've had, basically. As far as news this afternoon goes, 2:15 this afternoon, we've got Bailey speaking. So in just over 10 minutes. So we'll keep an eye on the pound, basically, see if that has any impact. But he may well say absolutely nothing. ADRs, we've only had one, Aussie dollar Swiss. So that's just hit ADR just now. So literally just straight tapped into it. So see what happens with that one. Obviously there's no directional bias on this Aussie dollar Swiss. This is obviously, let's have a look at what the rest of the Aussies are doing. So the Aussies have had a really good London session, all pushed up. So yeah, every potential this one could bounce off of ADR or somewhere thereabouts today. But if you look at it on higher time frames, we're more likely pulling back on this move, aren't we? So we've had a 2-day consolidation, which we've just broken out of. So it's more than likely going to grind up, but I don't know. I've got no real directional bias on it. We're just running into a load of sellers up here as well. So it could well just get a nice pullback here off of this one. So it might be a nice little ADR reversal to take. But on low time frame, the reversal alert's miles away. So it's not going to be a particularly good one to take. So that's all that we've hit on ADRs. Oh, let me just switch over to YouTube so I can see what the chats are. So nothing else hit there. Euro CAD and Euro Yen are the weeklies. Euro CAD has just hit on the weekly. We had Euro Yen already hit. Euro CAD has also hit its weekly. So again, look at where we started the week. 17th there. Yeah. So it's done 200 odd ADR to the downside. So it's hit its weekly average range. Nice hammer going in there, pin bar. So looking for a potential pullback to what will be a resistance potentially. And obviously this is moving up on the CAD news at the moment. So that's it on the ADRs. Nothing particularly interesting ADR-wise today. Sessions haven't been too bad. There's been some decent movement in London. Euro Swish is pushing up. Some decent movement up and down, but nothing really to write home about. So the main thing today is the yen. We've had a very, very weak yen, so everything is screamed up against the yen today. So looking for shorts on everything against the yen. Nothing's really got extended that I like at the moment, but obviously you can see a lot of sell zones playing out quite nicely here at the moment. Some pretty good ones on the yen movement wise, but I'm waiting for things to get extended before I start getting into things. Beautiful M formation there on pound yen. Potentially. Reversal alert's just below that, so if we're going to get a continuation drop, let's run into the sellers there and struggled. We've got additional zones above, potentially to look for drops at 2. Okay, so let's have a look at the RSIs. Oh, what have I banked today? What have I banked today? What have I banked? Just as Euro Swiss. So this morning, if you weren't here this morning, I banked a load of Euro Swiss. A load more Euro Swiss, I should say. I've already banked loads of this one. And I banked a couple more. There's another older one there I've banked as well. So taking a load more Euro Swiss off. It's starting to push up now. Remember I said I'm going to get into this again if we can get back up to around about there. But obviously I'm going to get in on a reversal alert. The EA is running on this for me, so it's just going to get me in to shorts. So I'm still happy to take this short Euro Swiss. Always happy to short the Euro. But if we get a push up towards ADR today, I'll be getting into another position short on it. NAS. Banked that one from this morning. So that's a nice little TP back up at this chop, which we're running into now. And I've banked an S&P. That one from this morning as well. Got out of that one a little bit early, but so hoping we're going to get some continuation push up today on these. So we'll see what happens. So as far as these are concerned at the moment, we've had a lovely big bullish engulfing going on these. Doesn't mean we're obviously going to push higher today, but obviously the buyers have stepped in. We're down at this area of buying pressure. Remember, we looked at this one yesterday. I said if we do crack this level, this is where we're going to start running into buyers, which is where we've run into buyers. But it's not guaranteed this is going to be the bottom. There's still levels we could potentially come back down to. And looking at the daily chart, we're in danger of wanting to test the 200 on this, which would be here. So we'll see. Today's quite a critical day for S&P and NAS. So again, obviously NAS, we're coming to test the 200 at this level. So it hadn't quite got there. It would have been really lovely if this had managed to actually get there today. If this had tapped into the 200 and that support and then put this hammer in. So if we had like that much more, I'd be jumping all over it. Well, I am jumped all over it already, but yeah, I mean, it's just looking good in it at the moment. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, we have days like that, and then we have days like that. But we are definitely due a pullback, obviously, after yesterday's move, which is what we're getting into today, which is why I got into a couple of fairly decent-sized positions yesterday on that one. So we'll see what happens in 20 minutes at the open. We've got Bailey starting to speak in 5. So we'll have a look at the RSIs today so far. So Aussie dollar CAD H4 has disappeared, which is good. Which means that our trade is starting to work. So Aussie dollar CAD H4, we've been extended for a while. We got all the way up to the 20 level. And we've just had the reversal alert today. which is lovely. So we're just starting to push up. This level is the first area to be aware of, then this level here. If we can crack these levels, we'll probably get a little bit of price action at those, but if we can crack those levels, we're coming back up to the 24.72 area. Lots of levels, obviously, as you can see higher up, that we should be paying attention to, but the move's just starting, so we'll see how far we get on that one. But it's dropped off of RSI now, obviously, because we've pushed up. Haven't got very far yet, and we've got a bit of consolidation to get through first, but it's in the right direction. So that's in profit for me at the moment. Pound CAD as well is in profit for me. That is still extended, pound CAD. The move's just starting to happen on that one, but it's not happening as quick as the Aussie dollar. So we are still extended, but it's rolling over very, very nicely. So we've got a really nice curve starting to form, and obviously all these wicks to the upside, loads and loads of buying pressure coming through. Haven't quite got the bullish engulfing, but we have got a sort of 3-bar reversal pattern starting now. Big push down, semi push up, so we've got an inside bar push up. If this one closes above, then we're off. We just need to be aware of this level here where I've got this big red zone drawn in, somewhere around the 38 to the 50% retracement level. My targets on this are at 38. So that is still extended on the 4 hour. It's pushing up nicely there now. So I mean, if you've been in here for the last few days, you'll already be in this now. So hopefully this is the start of the move. What else we got extended? Euro CAD. Remember, obviously, don't get into pound CAD and Euro CAD. Quite often we'll do very, very similar things. Lovely 3-bar reversal starting to go in on this one. Really nice hammer just formed. Really nice extension. I don't long the euro at the moment, but obviously this is very nicely extended. Good W formation going in at the moment. We've got also, anybody spot what else we've got on the chart at the moment? Little test. I'll give you 15 seconds. First one to spot it wins a round of applause. I haven't got anything to give away. I don't know what the delay is, so I'm giving you 15 seconds. I might have a 30-second delay. Hi, Dappy. I'm going to assume nobody's talking. So, got divergence on the RSI. Okay, so it's bullish divergence forming on the RSI as well, along with a hammer and a quadruple low. Close. Quadruple low. So yeah, looking very bullish on the Euro CAD. Obviously very nicely extended on the 4 hour. Probably able to see that divergence a bit better actually on the hourly. Let's have a look. Yeah, there you go. Easier to spot the divergence there. Bullish divergence. So yeah, Euro CAD looking good. Obviously we've extended on the hourly as well, and we've got that W forming. So this is a stop hunt W. Put in a low, put in a lower low, and push up. Give us a reversal alert. Looking for a W. Back up to there. So yeah, looking good. Bullish engulfing candle. No, wrong. It's close. There was a bullish. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. There is a bullish engulfing. It's forming now. And there was one before. So yeah. You're right as well. Right, Euro CAD. Euro Swiss is extended. Obviously, I've been shorting this, and I'm not going to long it. I'm going to wait for a pullback and then drop it again. And New Zealand dollar CAD still extended. Was extended this morning. It's come out of extension now. Obviously, we got really deep on this one. Well, not really deep. We got a lot deeper. We were almost down at the 20 level. So that's dropped now back to just one light. But again, nice W pattern formation there. Looking good. So we're just about to get the reversal alert on the 4 hour. This has been really, really slow and protracted, this move down here. If you look at it on the hourly, it's just been very like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We've had a little push out and pull back, and now we are starting that formation W. So Yeah, looking good. So as soon as we get a break above there, this is obviously the reversal alert. You got the reversal alert there. You got the retest alert there. So break above there will confirm market structure starting to shift to the upside. So looking good for longs, but would have already been in it probably from the 4-hour extension. You would have got in it somewhere around here. And it's just starting to play out now. Obviously, this is based on this Canadian dollar weakness that we've seen come through. No guarantee that that's going to continue because the news on the CAD was mixed, wasn't it? It was as expected. So it wasn't particularly bad news or good news for the CAD. But obviously, the market does wait for news events to come out. So hence, I mean, you can see it obviously on here. Yeah, the Canadian dollar this week has gone sideways for most of the pairs, unless it's been influenced by another currency, because it's been waiting for this to happen. So they just want to confirm what the news is before they start entering the positions into the market. So you will often find like the Aussie dollar. Actually, the Aussie dollar is actually a quite good push today, but you'll find a lot of the times currencies will sit in a little bit of a consolidation a day or so before they've got a big news event. And when the news event comes out, it doesn't matter what the result of the news event is, that's when they will start to dump their currency. So either up or down, depending what they want to do. So anyway, that's all the RSIs on the 4-hour. CAD Swiss, did we look at CAD Swiss? Don't think we did we? So CAD Swiss extended on the 4-hour, just about. Not a great extension that. We had a nice reversal alert here. You see I traded this one from this extension when we got massively extended. We're basically potentially putting in a multi-week M at the moment on this one. But yeah, it's just getting extended again. So might be a nice time to take a short on it. Bearish engulfing just forming on the 4-hour, but not massively extended. I don't like this as much as the others at the minute. So hourlies. Bailey's talking. Let's just a quick look at the pound CAD. See what if Bailey's actually having any impact. Hasn't said anything at the moment. Euro odd on the hourlies. So these are the hourly RSI extensions. Euro odd, nicely extended, just got down there. Obviously, I short the euro, so I don't want to be taking a long position out of that. But if you want to take a pullback on that, you can do. And Euro CAD. Again, we've looked at this one just a minute ago on the 4-hour extension. So just about to get the reversal alert on that one. So yeah, looks good for longs. So that's it on those. Bihar learning. That's good. Good that you're learning. Kindly share the algorithm which you're using. There isn't an algorithm really. It's a strategy. It's all on YouTube. So where you are now, just click on my name. Well, my name is not the Market Structure Trader, but click on this and go and watch the videos. Tons of them. Strategies all on there. Right, so that's it for analysis. There's not a lot. It's very, very similar to what we've had all week, isn't it? Everything is now starting to play out. We've been waiting for these moves to kick in, which have taken a while. But yeah, everything's starting to move now. So Euro CAD's moving really nice. Yeah, Canadian dollar's coming down really, really nicely now. Just going to see what I've got set as TPs on these. I think I've got one ADR. One ADR, yeah. Just got those three, yeah. And pound CAD. I'm going to go for an ADR on pound CAD as well. Don't want to get out too quick. They've got two positions there. These are manual TPs. This is the one the EA took. I took those two manually. So Looks like that's going to run, so I'm going to let it. Right, that's it for analysis. So we'll have a look at Bailey. We'll watch the pound CAD for a minute, just see what Bailey's doing, if he makes any drops any clangers, which are going to affect the pound. It's just taken out the London highs, so prepare for a bit of a pullback and potentially a little push. Indices, we'll have a quick look at those as well before we get started on New York session. Today, we've not really had much happening on the US dollar. US dollar's sideways, basically, at the moment. If there's any pairs you want me to look at in particular, let me know. Just stick them in the chat and I'll have a look at them for you. But yeah, no real movement on that. S&P, we know we've had a decent morning on the S&P. Really nice, good, strong push to the upside. So looking at the S&P on the daily, we've got a nice hammer going in at the moment. Obviously, we've had down days, 3 up, down, up, down, up. So we're looking for continuation push, hopefully tomorrow, as we are banging the 72 range again. So looking for longs, obviously. But at the moment, I think we could possibly go into a rotational day today in New York, because we've had quite a lot of movement put in already. We're nearly up at ADR, not far away. So I'm hoping what we're going to do today is have a little bit of a pullback in New York, and then have a 15-minute opening range breakout and push up to the highs, and then try and finish off somewhere mid-range on yesterday's move. So we'll see what happens in the New York Open, but really nice bullish open for London. Nasdaq obviously is exactly the same thing. We've just taken out these lows here. So there's just been a potential liquidity run there on the NAS. We're down at this potential support. This is a strong support resistance, and it also coincides with the 200 moving average. And obviously with the NAS, we do occasionally tap the 200. Not often. And it's usually in fairly quiet market conditions. This is earnings season, so unlikely we're going to drop. We haven't got any NAS earnings release today. And obviously things like COVID, obviously you can ignore. But yeah, we rarely get down to the 200, as you can see. The 72 area is the typical pullback point. So we are, at the moment, we are a lot deeper than normal on the NAS. So who knows? We'll see. But looking for positive movement again on the NAS today, hopefully. Earnings, I did cover these this morning. We've got pre-market. We had Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, and Procter, which affects the S&P more than the NAS, obviously, because they're not tech. And tomorrow we've got Netflix. That's aftermarket as well, though. Netflix tomorrow, so that is going to be released after 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. So probably won't affect the NAS until we get the release tomorrow. So I'm hoping they're all just positioning today, which means they'll be hopefully pushing, but we'll see. But what I'd like to see happen is a pullback into this propulsion area here, and then a nice push back up today. So I won't be too worried if we get an initial drop, but we'll see. So with that in mind, what I might do is take that one off. See what I'm going to do. Just going to take that one off, just with a little bit of profit, because I don't want to go into drawdown on it. And S&P wise, I'm going to do the same with that. I'm just going to cover it, because I don't want to go into drawdown on it. I've got position down there already. How much profit have I got on those? 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120, 150. I'm going to bank those, actually. I'm going to bank those and getting again on the drop. I'm going to keep an eye on price action, but I'm going to get in there again if we get the drop today. I might as well stick that in the bank. I'm up to 7% today now, so it makes more sense to bank it. I'll hold that one on because that's not far off of TPing, and I've got that one there already, so now's I can't really enter any more positions on. Right, anybody got anything they want to look at? Aussie dollar CAD going gangbusters. Yeah, all good. So I got just under 0.5% on that. I got just under 0.5% on pound CAD as well. So I should be able to bank 1% or 2% on pound CAD and odd CAD today, if we get this continuation move, obviously. Euro Swiss is obviously going to be pulling back. So apart from that, I've not got anything else on at the moment. New Zealand dollar, US dollar, Peter wants to have a look at. It's a choppy mess, isn't it? Really. Short, obviously because of US dollar. So I'm long US dollar. We're pulling back nicely into this support resistance at the moment. Let me just take this fib off. So this area here, this support resistance, we are pulling back into nicely. I think we may well want to go a little bit deeper than that, but we got the bounce. So I'm expecting US dollar strength. So from New Zealand dollar, US dollar's perspective, that would be a move down. So we've just had the reversal alert. It was there really, wasn't it? We didn't quite get it there. We haven't come up and retested yet. So potentially we might have a bit more movement up into some of these gaps and find some sellers there. But I'll be looking for it to put in new lows really. Assuming we get the US dollar strength, obviously, which we don't know at the moment. So we will see. Pound US dollar. Got 2 minutes to market open. Pound US dollar, again, same thing. Expecting US dollar strength. Had the reversal alert. Didn't quite get the retest. We're pushing up at the moment. So potentially here we've got a selling area. Here we've got a selling area. So I'll be waiting for it to to push up to there to short it. But again, this is all on the assumption we get US dollar strength, which obviously we don't know. Could we look at Ethereum? We can look at it. There you go. So Ethereum and Bitcoin, I called out that support resistance last week, which we bounced pretty much to the pip off. So at the moment, we've just had the initial bounce and pullback. So potentially moving up, but I don't know what's going on with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So don't know. I don't trade them. I can't really tell you what. I haven't got an opinion on them. But I mean, it's hugging the 200. It's all bullish. I mean, the thing is, with anything crypto, you've got to be bullish, haven't you? From what everybody says, crypto is going up. When it's going up, I don't know. I mean, to me, Ethereum and Bitcoin looks like the party's over. Yeah, we started moving in 2020, and 2021 we took off. Since March 2021, we haven't done anything, have we? It's just in a range. I don't know what it's doing. Don't trade it. Don't understand it. Can't trade it if I don't understand it. Right. Let's have a look at what I do understand, S&P and NAS. Okay, market's open. Let's just have a look where we're going. Ethereum made a small higher low there. Potential up. Yeah, I would say up. Just because it's bounced off of that support as well. Really nice support area on those cryptos. And it bounced perfectly. So, for me, I'm a support and resistance trader. So it bounced off of support. So that is where I would look to long stuff. But, Elon Musk might tweet and it might collapse. I've no idea. I don't know. To me, it's like tarot cards. I just don't get it. When the banks and institutions start heavily investing in it, and there's a proper ETF launched for it, I'll start looking at it. At the moment, there's no ETFs for crypto. There are synthetic ETFs out there made of the top 20, I think it is, which is what everybody's trying to outperform. But it's not what drives the economy of the world. So when it becomes something that drives the economy of the world, obviously we'll move over to it, won't we? But at the moment, as far as I know, it's used by gangsters and criminals to move money around and buy naughty things. So I'm not interested. There you go. Elon is bullish for Dogecoin. Elon's always bullish for Doge. Good old Doge. Who bought Shibu when Shibu was released? That didn't work, did it? Okay, so indices have clipped. Taken out London high on the S&P. Nas trying. We have had obviously some bearish price action just coming in. Got a reversal alert on the Nas at the end of London. But so far, no real explosive out the gates moves. Let's see how the Dow's opening. Dow's opening down. Procter & Gamble are in the Dow. It's one of the earnings releases pre-market. So it's probably positioning based off of that at the moment going on. Again, so today we've had basically, obviously, the whole of London has been bullish all the way. So lots of big, strong propulsion moves gone in today, all been defended. So there's every chance of a pullback in New York to start doing a bit of profit taking on all the positioning from the morning. And then hopefully step in. The buyers will step in somewhere around here, and start buying up. But again, we could just go straight out the gate. It'd be nice if they just continued this move. It'd be really good. We can be hopeful. Okay, first 5-minute candle is in. No movement, obviously just a big whipsaw. What do we reckon today then, chat? Are we going up or down? Still a lot of doomsayers out there saying, oh, it's all going to crash. Could do. It's happened before. It doesn't usually crash a week ahead of the biggest earnings releases, but You never know, they might all be having a nightmare. I think NAS is going to make a small new lower high and rock it back up again. Yeah. Hopefully, big boost. Needs to power up though. Yeah, this is how they gain their power. Yeah, everybody that's been long in this today, regardless of where you've entered, you will typically have your stop under a low. So they will quite often pull back to grab those, which powers up the move. But if they're not ready yet, don't forget as well, what we're actually doing today is potentially the start of a profit take. Yeah, we've been selling off since the 12th of January. Yeah. So everybody that's been selling in here needs to get out of these positions, which is the buys. Yeah. And obviously, as the stocks get cheaper, more people buy them. So, you know, today, this is potentially just the start of this V-shaped recovery, which is a profit take move on on all this selling. So we could just go straight out the gates today. That's what I'm after anyway. Obviously, because I've got long positions on. Oh. Okay, NAS is taking out new highs. S&P is taking out new highs. It's plain sailing all the way up to here for the NAS. S&P's got a few more choppy areas to get through, but looking good so far. Breaking 4,600 on the S&P, trying to. Big round number. Still on Aussie CAD. Yeah, still on Aussie CAD. And pound CAD. Pound CAD's just got stuck. Stuck there. Okay, S&P's got through 4,600. So this area of accumulation from London yesterday, this is where we need to break. If we can crack this level here, that's the next stop. And then we're basically back up to Monday's high. So just looking for buy pullbacks, assuming we're going to go higher, obviously, but still haven't cracked that 4,600 quite yet. Trying hard. NAS is struggling at the highs of London as well. Selling pressure coming in. Laurie up 15,500 level. What, today? That'd be nice. Yeah. I could take that. 15,500 is exactly where my break even is, which would be perfect. So I can unload a load and then load back up again. So we're struggling at the 46 on S&P. This area here, sellers stepping in this accumulation before this drop. So this is the first real test out of this accumulation from London before we started this down move. This is the first real area where the sellers started to step in. So we're just finding a little bit of resistance here. Once we've cracked that, just play any pullbacks if we can crack it. the Dow doing? So I assume the Dow's jumping up now as well. Yeah, big bearish, big bullish engulfing on the Dow. But again, same thing with the Dow. It's just the market feels really, really heavy at the moment. Really heavier than usual. We normally see obviously a couple of correction days like that, and a bit of a push up, and then a bit more of a correction, and then we just go into that nice, like, multi-week trend on the indices, and we just haven't had that on either of them. We've just had this chop since Christmas, since the Santa rally. It's just struggled to recover, really struggled to recover. This is what we're not used to seeing, a bit of a correction and a lovely big strong move, which we're not getting at the moment. The market just feels jittery, heavy. Going for a 1 ADR home run on Aussie CAD. Yeah. $57 pips. So I need about a 175 ADR today. Actually, I don't think they're all. I think some of those are my positions. Yeah, one of them is actually. That's the EA. That's the EA. So the EA 35. Yeah, the EA will be out about 150 ADR. I'll get out with it up there as well. Pound CAD's going great guns. Okay, NAS is selling off. So's the S&P. Sellers have stepped in. Struggling. Got 2 minutes to the 15-minute opening range. Big rejection. It's a nice easy one to draw in today, isn't it? Oops. Okay, so there's our opening range. There we go. So that's what we've got to try and break. So if we can get a break of those highs and a pull back into that area, then we'll be off. Any idea on TP zone for the Aussie CAD? Yeah. So this is obviously this. Well, yeah. I mean, no is the honest answer. It's a difficult one, the Aussie CAD. We're tapping up into potential support here, but there's lots and lots of levels on this. So this area here, 200 ADR. Is where I think we are going to meet the most resistance. This area here has already been tested. So it's not actually that valid, but I like this area because of this support and accumulation here. And we got stuck again. So let me just wipe that off. So this accumulation here, and support. This is a really strong support level, so therefore we would expect it to become a strong resistance. So this is where I'm targeting. We've cracked, well, if we crack this, that is, obviously we've got to crack this yet. And the fact that we've just had these like 2 hours solid off of the back of this CAD move, I suspect we're going to want to pull back before we get there. It might well reach there. If it reaches there, brilliant. But it's more than likely going to want to pull back to get there. Going to run out of buyers. People are going to start bailing out their positions. People like me. But yeah, that's where I'd be looking. Laurie is 9075. Yeah, basically there 9075. Sorry, up here. 175 ADR. NAS trying to tap back out the 15-minute opening range. S&P looks like it's trying to have a go as well. Hopefully we don't get a rotation day today. It'd be really disappointing for the market just to flip-flop around. But we have put in a nice big move already. We've put in nearly an ADR already in the London session, so it is possible. We're just going to get a little bit of a rotation session in New York, but we'll see. Oh, my VPS has just gone offline again. An internal error has occurred. There we go. Back to life. Okay, Aussie dollar CAD, I got 0.6% on that now. What I might do with that, actually. Oh, still going. It's really difficult to not take profit when you're seeing something going that crazy. Yeah, we know, don't we? When we get up here, we tend to pull back. It's really hard not to TP that. I'm so close to my. This is my my manual position. 15 pips. That's a quarter of an ADR. Tell you what I'm going to do. Where are we now? 104. Let's trail it. There we go. So this is my manual position. The EA's taken this 0.8 and the 0.6. This is my manual, so I'll trail that. If it gets to my TP, brilliant. If it does want to pull back, I'll jump out of one of those and leave the other two to run. S&P and NAS pulled back within ADR. Within the 15-minute opening range again. Candle closed. Also hard not to close it because it had reached my daily goal. If you're going to reach your daily goal, close it. I would. Depends what your daily goal is. If you're looking for 0.5% to 1% a day, which is what I look for on FX, and I've got 0.6 on the table, take it. It's all about banking consistently. But depends on your week. That's what I say in the bootcamp. If you've had a good week, let it run, because the chances are it will run. If you're struggling and you're on target, bank it. Again, no one can answer that question but you as a trader. Everybody's going to be in a different position. I'm up this week 3.7%. So 2.5% is my target for as a minimum. But obviously I'm making more on the indices at the moment, so I'll let my positions run a little bit longer. But if I was sitting there at 1.5%, I'd be very tempted to bank that 0.6 now. It's all down to where you are. Thinking about TPGA, but it looks like there's still a good bit to drop. Yeah, so pounds. This is obviously hitting potential hourly levels. So this is the support resistance area here. So it should definitely get down there. We're flying through this area. This is not a great gap, this propulsion candle here, because this propulsion candle here is the one that started the move. This is what broke, and then we pulled back. So this is actually an inside bar, if you like, within this move here. So this is not going to be as strong because this is actually an accumulation phase before it broke out. So I wouldn't be surprised if it did crack that easily. Get down to there. Obviously, we could go down to here. We're range bound, aren't we? You know, so it's got loads of room to the downside. Uh, 0.5 is daily goal. I need it to gain another 0.04. If you want to be that accurate, I wouldn't be that accurate about it. But if you want to be that accurate about it, yeah, you can play this little game where you try and get your gain column to be exactly 0.5% per day. Wouldn't that be a lovely game to play? The trouble is you can't do it every day, can you? It doesn't work that way. You know, you're going to have days like that. You're going to have days like that. It doesn't work that way. You take what the market gives you when the market gives it to you. Otherwise, we'd all be multi-millionaires. If there was a way to bank exactly 0.5% a day, I'd just go and get £1 million account and go and sit on a beach. Wouldn't that be nice? NAS is still trying really hard to get out of its opening range, and it can't. Just a minute left on these candles, but we're struggling it again today. I'm not surprised after the move we've had in London. There's going to be a lot of people selling their positions off here. So, but we haven't had the pullback I was expecting, so that's a plus. Probably going to get an end of day sell off. Aussie CAD's still going. Just made a new high. 125 ADR looming. Keep that running. Okay, we've made a new high on 15-minute on the NAS. Just not convincing. I want to see a push and a pullback on that, really. Oh, somebody was asking me. I don't know if you're in here. Took it to 0.54 diamond. Well done. Good job. Yeah, somebody was asking me in Telegram. I don't know if you're in here. You don't have to make yourself known if you are. Basically asking me what indicators, to what tools or indicators or EAs of mine, or anybody's really, you should be using to make a living as a trader. And I've been through this before, but I'm going to go through it again because it needs to be drummed in many, many times. And the more times you hear it, hopefully, the more it will sink in and the more you will stop looking for those indicators to make you money. But this is a job, trading. And if you want to make it as a trader, you need to treat it as a business. and you need to treat it as a job. You're not going to suddenly find an indicator out there or an EA that is going to do this job for you. This job is you analysing markets and taking positions, taking profit, taking losses, and you need to learn it. And it's the same as any other career out there, like doctors, surgeons, pilots, teachers, lawyers. They all train for years and years and years and years to get those 60, 100k jobs. You're not going to walk into being a trader in 3 months, find an indicator that is going to make you 100 grand a year. There you go, said it again. And I'll keep saying it because I keep getting asked that question literally every week, sometimes on a daily basis. What's the strike rate of this indicator? I don't know, who's using it? You know, it's an impossible question to answer. What hours are you trading? Are you trading 5-minute charts, hourly charts, daily charts? The indicator's going to have a completely different strike rate. Depends if you're asleep as to when it took the best trade of the year. You missed it, strike rate's different. Okay, you can't answer that question. Use the tools, see what it's telling you, see what all indicators are telling you, and trade. But you've got to learn, you've got to put hours in front of the charts. So, rant over. Somebody told me that when I started trading, it would knock years off my learning curve. So it's good to know. Okay, Nas got a convincing push on the Nas. S&P struggling a little bit, but the tech's moving nicely. Dow is still stuck in its 15 minutes as well. So S&P and the Dow are struggling a little, but the tech stocks are off, which is good. So hopefully we're going to get continuation push today. So let's look at where we're potentially going. So we've got these highs here, accumulation and drop, retest, sellers stepped in, pushed down. So this area here is going to be an area of interest. Which is at 100 ADR. So if we can get a push up to ADR today, it's not very straight, is it? If we get a push up to ADR today, that's where we're going to struggle a little bit. Assuming obviously we're going to continue, we can get up there and sellers don't step in. We're sitting in all this chop at the moment. But that would be the next target where we should start to run into some trouble. And failing that, we'll be coming back up here before this move. So this gap here is where we'll potentially get that sort of move coming in. If we can crack it and hold it, obviously, which is struggling, really struggling today. S&P hasn't even got out of bed yet. Aussie dollar CAD's pulling back. Exhausted. Let's hope for one of those, shall we? Although I get the feeling we're at 100 ADR, 100% ADR move today. So Aussie dollar Swiss just hit ADR. Nas is pulling back at the moment. Aussie dollar Swiss. ADR high, 125. Just about to get a reversal alert on that. So the Aussie dollar is selling off at the moment. New Zealand will be coming down with it probably as well. Just had a nice reversal alert on that. New Zealand yen. It's good for a short. Okay, so we're holding the opening range at the moment on the NAS. See if we can hold this level. This is a good strategy for indices, a 15-minute opening range breakout, retest. So as soon as we crack it, pull back in and reject it, take a long, and try and ride the movement. So the 15-minute opening range is quite often used by a lot of traders as an initial volume dump, and after that volume dump, you get a volume profile build, and basically retesting the volume for the day, which is bullish. So it's a bullish continuation. Obviously, it's got to hold and break above. S&P is coming back down again. Choppy. The market just feels so choppy at the moment. It's horrible. Out of Aussie CAD. So that was the position I took yesterday. Off that hammer there. Still got the 2 on it running, which the EA will get me out of. I put 125 to 150 ADR. Still struggling up there. Pound CAD still going. So this is the Aussie dropping. So if you want to know what's moving, Pound CAD obviously still pushing. Aussie CAD retracing, which tells you it's the Australian dollar that's in control, not the CAD. Pound CAD still going, although it's getting tired. I mean, it's just anything that's moved this quickly is going to get tired and pull back. So usually, who knows? Okay, 1 minute left. Nas found some nice buyers. Looks like we're going to get a long day. Okay, this position here is that TP. Okay, Dow's holding up nicely as well. Still no directional bias on that or the S&P. Yeah. Getting really stuck in this area in a minute. Still potentially in a downtrend, obviously, at the minute. So don't really want to crack much lower than 50% of this move today, which is basically this buy area here. So if we can get that pullback, that's a nice little area to jump in. Okay, some decent bearish price action coming in now on the S&P. So we need to hold these lows. Need this support rectangle to hold and not break these lows if we're going to have any chance of getting a continuation push in New York. Otherwise, we're going to pull back. Nose is coming down as well. Might see if I can make a little indicator actually, just to draw these lines on automatically. I'm having to do it every day. Give me something to do. As if I'm not busy enough. As it's still holding up at the highs. Trying S&P testing the lows of the 15-minute opening range. So this would be a telling candle whether or not this one closes to the downside. Still got this nice little accumulation area before the move up to get through as well. So we might well just pull back into the Asian highs, which is actually the open really. Just pull back to the open and go. So at the moment we're painting a doji on the daily, potentially. Is anybody trading this on any lower time frames than M5? Anybody trading M1, M2, M3, or on futures? I've still got my futures account, which I haven't actually done anything with yet. So it is on my to-do list. But I just need to fine-tune a really good intraday strategy really for that. And I don't like trading intraday. Too much stress trying to actually make a target every single day. It's hard work. Okay, 5-minute candle closed, still held. So this bottom held perfectly. Double bottom put in at the moment on the S&P. So defending the opening range. Dow's probably done a very similar thing. Yeah, Dow's just tapped the bottom. Not here, only Forex. Yeah. It's good fun trading lower time frames, but it's you are just literally trading the chop. So there's a lot more luck involved. On lower time frames, but it's hard, very hard. I always recommend everybody start on a higher time frame if you're just starting out in trading, or you're fairly new, you know, within 6 months or so. Concentrate on the hourly time frame and above. Slow everything down and learn the intricacies of market movement. You can see it much better on hourly time frames. Market structure's so so much easier to see on a higher time frame. Yeah, and how long it takes. You know, couple of days drop, couple of days push. 1 day drop, 1 day sideways, another day sideways, another day drop, potentially push day. Yeah, so just the up and the down days. All we're doing is we're trading the daily charts, but we're waiting for those pullbacks intraday to go long. So if you concentrate on hourly time frames and just take one trade a day when the market's pulling down, most of the time you'll be able to get out of that trade very easily. But obviously you can never pick the bottom. So, but when you're trading hourly, it's just everything's so much clearer on higher time frames. You just have to wait a lot longer for your money, that's all. And then move down gradually until you get down to crazy land. You start trading bullish engulfings on the 1 minute chart. Good luck with that. A lot of people do trade it. Drives me nuts. I can't concentrate that long. Okay, NAS is holding up nicely. S&P holding up off the 15-minute lows. Still bullish for the day. NAS looking like it's wanting to put a new high in. Trying very hard. Bullish engulfing forming on the NAS. It's come straight off this support. Maybe we'll do some 1 minute trading. If anybody's up for it. Spend a session trading M1 with silly tiny lots. Like 0.01 micros. Just for fun. Some of the times when we're sitting through this for like an hour at a time, literally not gone anywhere, we should really be sitting on the 1 minute chart milking it, shouldn't we? See how many opportunities we'd had on the 1 minute chart. Oh, it's just a choppy mess. I can't trade it. It's horrible. You just get chopped around. Still. Good lesson, isn't it? If we go down to 1 minute and start losing a load of money, hopefully it'll put people off. That's another question I get asked all the time by people is, does this indicator work on the 1 minute chart? Does that indicator work on the 1 minute chart? It's like, yeah, it works on every chart, but if you're just literally trading spread and noise on 1 minute. I'm game for 1 minute trading. Yeah, Laurie's good. Laurie's up for it. All works the same way on the 1 minute. But as you can see, it's choppy as hell. Take a short out of there. Get out. Just trying to look for some entries. There's one there. Entry there. There's an entry there. This was an entry here. That was the open. There's short there. I mean, you just got to be in and out so quick. You kind of want to get in with like an entire lot and in and out, done. But it's just, the trouble is with the spread as well. This is why people trade futures on low time frames. But I don't want to do it. I get scared. I get scared on the 1 minute time frame because I know I've got to literally make. I've got to make 9 points just to break even when you're trading CFDs. Triple bottom. See if we can get a triple bottom bounce in the next 30 seconds. No, crashed it. Okay, so potential liquidity grab going on. We've got this little buying area here. It's in a consolidation though, so it's not really a great area to be buying from. NAS pushing back inside the 15-minute. Odd CAD's done a little pullback into support. Still thinking about going higher. Pound CAD just had a reversal alert. Let's be aware of the Asian high. That still looks like it wants to go as well. Nearly at TP on that. Euro Swiss looks like it's coming back down again. Yeah. There we go. 3-bar reversal going in on the S&P. $30 seconds. See what price action we get. Take a cheeky little long. Just basically tap straight into this propulsion area here. And obviously we've got this area here. But we are closing below the 15-minute open, so don't like the look of that. But potentially that's the trade. But this is why I hate 1 minute trading, and I try and put people off it. Yeah, these candles are literally just people dumping contracts and hitting the bid and the ask over and over again, building positions, and you just get all this chop. As soon as you go up to a higher time frame, you'd be like, why on earth would I hit long there? Look at this thing, it's coming down. On the 1 minute chart, you just can't see it. It just looks like it's just chop. So hard to trade. I'm only taking this because I'm 335 quid up today. Otherwise, I wouldn't be taking silly trades like that. It's only a tenner. But you see how quickly that price, that looked really bullish. Yeah, within 1 minute, it looks incredibly bearish. It's just awful. Let's see what the NAS is up to. So NAS still holding. We haven't quite cracked that support yet. We've wicked through it a couple of times. But this candle, obviously we've got 2.5 minutes left on this candle yet, but it looks like it's wanting to pull back down along with the S&P. GJ about to give M15 alert. Yeah. It's lovely M pattern formation there as well. Which is basically what the indicator's showing you most of the time. So it's rejection. Lots of selling. That's good. Short time frame though. You know, hourly is 4 hourly, we're obviously bearish on it. We were bearish on it from up here, but yeah. And this is the H4 M15 strategy for those of you that don't know with the indicator. So use the 4 hour time frame for directional bias. So the last reversal alert on the 4 hour time frame was bearish. So you literally all you do is drop down to M15 and you take every reversal alert you find short. Well, not everyone you find short. The ones you like the look of short, like this one, for example. So bearish bias is south. Oh, hang on. Yeah, so this tells you what your higher time frame directional bias is. So you can have that on the chart and obviously just monitor on M15 and wait for bearish reversals, if you so wish to trade that way. Okay, S&P convincingly breaking out 15-minute lows now. So it looks like we're potentially going to get that pullback on the S&P. So be looking for areas basically to take longs down here. So we've got this sort of area here where there's a lot of volume, which we're starting to tap into now. We've got this area here, obviously, which it's smashing through. So looking at all these areas on the way up today that we had big strong propulsion moves where the buyers were stepping in and buying and buying and buying. As the sellers drop into those areas, they'll exit their positions and hopefully we'll get some buyers stepping in, but we'll see. Like I said, this is still at the moment bearish. So this could just be the pullback on bearish market structure at the moment, potentially. Let's see where we get to today. NAS is holding up really well. I presume the Dow's coming down. Yeah, Dow's coming down harder. This is what I mean by, you know, when I was speaking about this yesterday. The Dow's only got 30 stocks in it. So one stock like Procter & Gamble today will have a much bigger impact on this because you've got a 1 in 30 chance of that impact happening. With the NAS, one stock having a bad day has got a 1 in 100 chance of impacting. S&P, one stock having a bad day, has got a 1 in 500 chance of impacting. So, and obviously it depends how many stocks are going down or up at the same time, obviously, but you tend to get a much slower movement on the S&P than you will on the other indices. So it's the nicest one to trade. So we're just tapping down into this area at the minute. See if we get a reaction around about this double bottom or anywhere in this zone. And that's still holding the 15-minute range, so that support's gone now. Pound CAD's on a mission. Let's try to make new highs again. We have just had a reversal alert though, so this is literally just a retest reversal alert potentially for a drop to the downside. How much have I got? I've got 0.5% on that. Do I take it? Do I let it run? Let's let it run. Oh, MT4. Why can't you make lines easier to draw? I do moan about it. I've been using MT4 for like 10 years. More than 10 years. But all the bits you wanted fixed in MT4, they didn't fix it in MT5, which is why there wasn't such a big uptake on MT5 and why there's still so many people using MT4, because they released a new platform which looks a little bit better, but the stuff you really need it to do didn't do anything better. More resource hungry, more difficult to code for. Hey, my opinion. Still good MT5, but it's just got much bigger choice of indicators on MT4, which is why everybody uses it. Okay, S&P and NAS both approaching potential supports. So that support is a 50% retracement as well. Let's have a quick look at what the Dixie's up to. Nothing today. Again, Dixie you'll often find will be inverse of the indices. But nothing, no movement today so far in New York. Just came down and tapped out the London lows. Stuck. Yen's not doing too bad. Nice reaction off the Asian high there. Accumulation. Pound CAD making new highs. Approaching yesterday's New York session high as well. So it looks like pound strength on pound CAD. All the pound pairs having a decent push in New York. Apart from the yen. See how strong the yen is. Really hammered. Okay, NAS breaking out M15 lows as well. So good pullbacks on both of these. Down to 50%. 38 on the Nasdaq. Dow getting hammered by all this selling pressure. Look. Had a good try. So see if this holds. This accumulation here before the push in London. This area here will be a good reaction point. Again, NAS running into all this accumulation. It's the main accumulation in London before the high was put in. So this is a big buying area because we accumulated here and then moved up. So these were buyers accumulating positions for the second leg. So any buyers that don't want to be out of their positions will be defending this area, pushing price up. Good buying area. Tap nicely off the C38. Pullback. Nice shallow pullback. Okay, new 5-minute candle now. So we held at support on the S&P. So we're holding this area at the minute. So see if we can get some bullish price action out of here. This might be the pullback we've been waiting for to go long. Got my buy limit down there. Not sure I want to get into another position just yet on this S&P because I've got two fairly close together here. Little bit too close, so I'd rather wait till we get back down and retest this initial push. If we can get down to there, I'd much rather take a position down there. S&P, NAS is broken through as well, or breaking through. Obviously candle is not closed yet. Okay, I've got some buyers starting to show on the S&P, defending this zone. See if we can get this pushed back up. Aussie dollar CAD holding at these highs as well. Looking good. Pound CAD didn't manage to make new highs. Well, still made a new high, but not didn't close up there. NAS broken right out of that 15-minute now. Definitely going to close down on that one. So we are on our way to our pullback. So looking at the dailies. Hopefully we're going to pull back and just push a new high after the pullback. If we do close with another down candle, there'll be 3 down days on the trot. 3 down days tends to be a lot of the time the limit. We do go deeper, but we've obviously already had a big deep drop on these, so if we are going to close with a down day today, we should get a nice bounce tomorrow. But as long as you're scaling in and out of positions, obviously, if we're doing this, obviously as you pull down and push back up, bank, as I've been doing today, take positions off, put them in the bank, and then obviously get in again, wait for the same thing to happen, and just keep banking while you're waiting for the next leg up to start. Big strong sell-off there on the NAS. 2 big 15-minute candles back to back. Could well see another down day. Okay, 5-minute candles closed. Bearish. Next accumulation spot on the NAS. Let's change this template. I've got these lines that keep appearing on it. To-do list. Eight pips away from TP on the pound CAD. That's just over 0.5%, 0.6% on that one. If we get there, yeah, it's struggling. Dow's starting to turn. God, NAS is coming down really hard. Big sell-off. So this area here is where we broke out on M15. Got a little bit of a buy gap there, but let's see if we can get down there. It's deep pullback. It's be more than a 61.8 retracement on that move. We are getting stuck a little bit here. This is a strong accumulation area here as well. Let's see if we get some reaction. I'm going to try and also just going to try and find some stream royalty-free music as well that we can play when we're watching these boring candlesticks going up and down, especially when we're trading S&P and NAS like this. I did have I found a stream. It said it was royalty-free stream music is what it was called, but I think it was a plant by the people that made the music, because I got immediately a copyright notice from YouTube as soon as the video was uploaded. So I think these people set up a stream, basically, a Spotify basically playlist called Royalty Free Stream Music with all their music in it. So of course everybody goes, oh, it's royalty free, and they play it on their channel, and immediately they get all the commission from advertising from it. Good little scam that. So I'm on the hunt for some actual proper royalty free. So if anybody knows of anything, let me know. YouTube's got a big selection of royalty-free stuff, but it's awful. I wouldn't want to listen to it. It's worse than listening to silence, to be honest. So I'm just trying to find something decent on Spotify. But the trouble is, the only way you really find out is when you use it in a video. I don't do anything about it. It's just really annoying. But anyway, I will try and find some. It's on my to-do list to do. Just so that we're not sitting here listening to silence when it's a bit waiting like this. Half this job is patience, sitting here waiting for stuff to happen, as we know. So unless we've got anything interesting to talk about. Watch the tumbleweed go past. So NAS looked like it was starting to stall there. Putting in a big sell candle again. Coming down to test the 61.8 retracement of the up move today. So I just posted S&P and NAS down the toilet in the Telegram group. Is at the moment. Or is it a pullback? We don't know. Nobody knows. We'll find out if it cracks these lows. Okay, so NAS taps straight into the 61.8. See if we get some buyers stepping in. Fib retracements tend to be a lot of the time a sort of self-fulfilling prophecy, because everybody uses fibs. When people see fibs hitting levels and rejecting, more importantly, when they see price reject off of a level, they, again, like a lot of things in trading, the herd mentality, you follow the herd. When you see that happen, you jump on board with everybody else, which makes it happen faster, which then makes more people jump on, and that snowball effect happens. But obviously we only control 20% of the market, so at the end of the day we can't really do an awful lot. S&P down towards 61.8 as well. It's going to be really annoying if it goes without me down here. Which means I've wasted all that movement not to get another position on, but I don't want to get in. I want to get in at the level I've chosen, which is this this gap on the 15-minute. So S&P struggling here. Nas not struggling. Dow's holding up well now. Looks like around about 50% retracement on the Dow. 61.8 again. Oops. Royalty-free music. Adrian's just said, yeah. That's what I'm looking at. But that's what I mean. The Spotify stream that I found was called royalty-free music, but it wasn't royalty-free. Because as soon as the live replay went up as a video, it immediately got copyright infringement label slapped on it. Doesn't do anything. It just you do if you keep doing it. Basically, you get a copyright strike against you. So you just got to be a bit careful. But you can't trust what you see. It said it was royalty-free music. It wasn't, obviously, because otherwise I wouldn't have got a notice to say it wasn't. So it's a good ploy. If you get somebody that's got 2 million subscribers on YouTube, who gets tens of thousands of views on each video, if you get your royalty music onto their video, you get all of their advertising revenue. I don't make any money out of advertising. It's just I don't get enough views to make any money because you need lots of them. But yeah, I mean, basically that seems to be the way that's sort of working. People are saying it's royalty free and it's not. But I'll find something. But I want to find something good. I don't want to find something just for something's sake. I want to find something that actually isn't going to hurt our ears. S&P, nice bullish engulfing forming off of the 61.8. It is going to go without me, isn't it? It's going to be really annoying, and it's going to go without me. Should have taken that off as well. Should have taken that off anywhere up here. Could have put it back on again. So a bit of a wasted session for me, really. Obviously, I banked everything this morning. All we've done this session so far is pull back to where I wanted to get in and where I've got a position. So nothing lost, nothing gained today, really, at the moment. Well, I've had a good gain, but not particularly exciting, unfortunately. But we'll see if we get this reaction at 61.8. See if this holds. So we're looking basically for this to be a pullback play on this move. And market structure continuation to the upside. And if we can close above these highs, obviously today, that's going to put in a hammer on both of these on the daily chart. So if we close, we'll be closing like that. Which is obviously bullish. Just was kind of hoping we'd get a New York push today, but has not arrived. The trouble I find with most royalty-free music that I've looked at is it's all, you know, those like plinky plonky piano, like acoustic versions of well-known tracks, which just sound terrible. It's just like, it just makes you want to put the actual thing on. You know what I mean? You sit here and you listen to it and you're like, oh, I really like that track. And you only want to put it on because the piano version is just so terrible. Or the guitar version, even worse a lot of the time. So I'll find something, don't worry. Some nice dance and trance music. That's what we want. Now's pulling back again. Still got 20 seconds left on these candles. Full close. We're not going to get the reversal out on S&P by the looks of things. Thinking about it. Nope. So we've got bullish engulfing there. Inside bar on the NAS. First bullish price action we've had in the last half an hour on those two. I think I'll give it another 5 minutes. It's either going to play out or it's not here. So I'm obviously all positioned anyway. I'm not going to get in again on the NAS today because we're at my lowest position anyway. And S&P, it's just going to go without me. I know it is. Anyway, but 1 15-minute candle and I'm back up to those entries anyway. So it's going to be a rotation potentially today for New York. So just basically an accumulation day, which is good. If we get an accumulation day, if we can get one today, we don't have a down day. An accumulation day is quite often the precursor to a decent move the following day. So, you know, this is the sort of thing we'd be looking for, a doji style day. But we've got so much volatility at the minute. Even a candle like that would be precursor to a 3-bar reversal. But it'd be much nicer to have a nice bullish hammer, something like this, going in again. Show some signs of strength ahead of next week. Next week's the big one. Keep going back to it, but it is IBM, Johnson & Johnson, Verizon, Microsoft, AT&T, Boeing, Intel, Tesla, Visa, McDonald's, MasterCard, Apple. You know, it's just next week is the big one. Alibaba is absolutely huge. Exxon following week, Google, Amazon. So we got 2 solid weeks end of January of big earnings releases, which is going to drive the market hard. I just feel like this week is the precursor. So this week is the pullback. Yeah, we're just pulling back, waiting to get these buys in on all these releasings on earnings. Just annoying. Okay, 2 minutes left on these candles on M5. S&P still not making highs. It's making new highs, but still not able to get a reversal alert. Nas, tweezer tops. More bearish price action coming in. So again, potentially a bit of a deep pullback, which I don't mind because I want to get in again. Reversal alert on the Dow. So we've had some decent buy action coming in on the Dow. First indice to give us some decent bullish price action. S&P should be next, hopefully. Could get it in this 30 seconds. Doji on the Nas. It's ending bullish again. Buyers starting to step in now. See what I mean about this 61.8 level? It's so good. Fibs are brilliant. I love fibs. I couldn't trade them every day. They're really hard to trade with a stop because what you do with a fib is you go underneath the level and you're always going to get so much chop around these levels, but they're rough areas for pullbacks. So they're just so reactionary. Just the way it works. They're good. Reversal alert on S&P. So bullish price action on the S&P. The Nas we're not going to get a reversal alert on because obviously we've had nothing but downward movement for half an hour. So you'd have to go down to M1 if you want to find one on there, which you've had, and a retest. If you're that crazy. But yeah, we'll do some M1. Be good fun. Right, so hopefully this is the start of the pullback. So play for this afternoon is, well, for me, the play is nothing because it missed my entry. I'm not going to jump in there. It's too close to that. I've already got one on there, which is where I would have looked to get in anyway. So play for this afternoon is to anticipate pullback and push in New York. So hopefully New York will come up and test today's highs, hopefully break today's highs and put in a nice red to green day. If you've heard the terminology red to green day, that's exactly what we're anticipating. It's a stock term, but basically you play red to green. If it turns green, you go long. And you obviously get a green to red as well. But that's what we're anticipating for this afternoon. But I'm not going to sit here all afternoon with you and comment on this going back up. No point. So just to recap on what I've got. Banked 7.91% today. Aussie dollar CAD still running. Still not able to get out. I'm really tempted to close this off because I've just got this feeling on this one. It's just going to pop back down again, isn't it? It's so close to TPing. TP on this is 57. I'm at 35. I've got to get up into there. 150 ADR. What it's going to do this afternoon is that. And then back up to there. And then tomorrow morning I'm going to be sitting here going like that for literally 0.1%. I'll let it run. Aussie CAD. I'll just let it run. Euro Swiss short. Still haven't got another position on this one. I'm waiting for this one to pull back. Somewhere up to around there, ideally. And then take an additional short. Pound CAD. Still going. Have I just got the one position on that now? Oh. Banked it. Wonder why that dropped down. There you go. EA's got me out of that one. Let me just take the EA off that one. So just shut the EA down basically. So EA's closed out the position. This is a manual I took, so I close that one out as well. I'm out. So pound CAD, I'm flat. So nice easy trade that. 1 hour extension on RSI. Oot. But that was off the 4 hour extension, obviously, is why I got in. So got nice extended on the 4 hour. Obviously, loads of potential for upside on it, but that's not what I do. I'm in and out. So out and flat on that one. And that's it. And then I've obviously got the S&Ps and the NASs. So we'll keep an eye on those two this afternoon and see how they get on. But that's basically all I've got on at the moment. 4 hours. Still the same, obviously, on the 4 hour. We haven't had a 4 hour candle close since I've been on. So keep your eyes on these. We might get some more extensions, but I'm basically getting it on 4 hour extensions at the moment. So, and anything that looks good on the hourly. So really that's all I've got this afternoon. It's always a bit of a dull session this afternoon, isn't it? We literally watched everything we've done today just get pulled back for an hour. And hopefully now we're going to start the move back up again. So see how we get on this afternoon. But that's what I'm looking to happen this afternoon. So if you like the stream, give me a thumbs up. Come and join the Telegram group. If you're not in the Telegram group already, there'll be a link coming up to that in a second. And if you need anything, obviously come in the Telegram group. I'm in there all the time. If there's anything you want to look at, any analysis you want, anything you want me to cover in the live rooms, send me a DM in Telegram or just say in the Telegram group, and I can discuss stuff. So I'm always happy to just go over things, no matter how basic, candlestick patterns, anything you like really, strategy, whatever. So if you need anything, let me know in the Telegram group. But other than that, I'll be back again tomorrow at 8:30. So let me know if you need anything. Otherwise, have a good afternoon. Hopefully we get some decent price action on these guys, and then we're off. Oh, by the way, news before I go. Be aware of news tomorrow morning. Aussie dollar. Yeah, so 12:30 a.m. UK time. Unemployment for the Aussie. So any Aussie pairs you've got on, like my Aussie CAD, you may want to protect them. So what often I will do is I'll look where we are and decide what I want to do. So I might do things like just stick a protective stop on any low positions, just in case we get a collapse on the Aussie. It just means you don't go into drawdown on that one. You only go into drawdown in a single position. You can scale back in, obviously, from there. So, but I'll see where we get on with this, because obviously we might push up again this afternoon. So yeah, be aware of the news tomorrow morning, Aussie CAD. Did I just move that stop up? I did. That's just got out of that position. Right, I've just exited Aussie CAD. Idiot. Okay. I just meant, what I meant to do was cancel that then. I didn't. I dragged it. So Aussie CAD have just got out of another position up there. Obviously, as we pull back, the EA will get me into another long on that one. If we pull back. If not, we'll obviously just keep going. So, all right. So that's it for this afternoon. Anything you need, let me know in the live room, in the Telegram group. But otherwise, I'll be back at 8:30 tomorrow morning. So have a good afternoon.